Yep, in this next session titled The Vision Course, Executing Your Leadership Vision as a Realtor, the speaker will talk about the importance of vision statements and highlight how you can succeed as a realtor by tapping into the leadership potential. Now, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Gummi Ram Reddy, the Chairman and MD of ARC Group and Vice President of Reddy National.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to talk about executing leadership vision as a realtor. My name is Gummi Ram Reddy. I'm the Chairman and Managing Director of ARC Group, and also I'm the National Vice President of Reddy. First, let me talk about Reddy. Reddy is a Confederation of Real Estate Developers Association of India. This is an Indian realtors body which presence is there across the country in 230 cities, and over 15,000 developers are the members in that confederation. I am the vice president of that organization. My company is ARC Group, which we are into real estate and infrastructure construction. Then we are into also agriculture. Then we have a foundation called ARC Foundation. In the real estate, we do the construction. Mainly we are into residential, mostly into residential. In the infrastructure, we build various structures like industrial, institutional, all residential. Everything comes into all buildings. So our recently completed projects, Tata Boeing, Tata Lockheed Martin, Tata Sikorsky, all multinational company projects were completed. So in residential, we have done many multi-storied projects wherein we got CRISIL 5-star rating for most of our good projects, best projects. We have been recognized that. In agri, we are doing natural farming. We are trying to avoid using the pesticides and fertilizers. We are promoting that. Then foundation, where we support the poor and underprivileged students in their education. So wherein many already doctors, engineers, already they are working and they are giving back to our foundation also. I'm very happy about that. So today I'm talking about the vision. What is your vision? Everyone in this hall should have a vision. All the way you came from various part of the world to attend this conference. We should have a vision for that. So vision should have a motivating factor. For everyone to be successful, you should have one motivating factor. What is the motivating factor? For ARC, we have a motivating factor. Our ARC's vision is, our company's vision is to have a turnover of 5,000 crore Indian rupees, which is $650 million by 2030. The company which is not even 100 crores turnover, which is aiming for 5,000 crore turnover by 2030. So vision should have 4 things as per my timeline. We should set a timeline. So I have set a timeline for by 2030, my company is going to achieve the goal what I have set. Then end goal. What is the end goal? The goal for my company, it is 5,000 crore rupees. My turnover should be there by 2030. Then in the vision, you should have a team is most important. So we should build a good team to achieve your goal. That is, we are already making up. We are building the team of experts in various fields we are recruiting. Then challenges. We have to always think about the challenges, forecasting the challenges. I think many of you know about the SWOT analysis. So in that, always mostly we should think about the threats. What are the threats? Currently, you can see the pandemic, how it is really making a big difference to the whole world. So in the real estate, when we thought of, announced that our company is going to be 5,000 crore company, the next 2 years completely business is very badly impacted. So we should also try to face the challenges, visualize the challenges. Then a goal is a dream with a clear direction, plan of action and deadline. Any goal without direction and plan of action and deadline, it is not easy to achieve. So every goal should have these three things. Without that, it is very difficult to achieve a goal. So you should when you're setting a goal, you please follow these things. Then your company vision. Every one of you have a vision. So what are you looking at? Are you looking at best place to work? Are you are going to have a best product? Then are you looking for the awards and rewards? Are you going to do the community service? Or you are looking for the highest profitability or any other goal? You should set some goal for yourself. So for me, my company, I have a goal. Why? What is a motivating factor for me is after reaching while reaching 5,000 crores, I wanted to serve the community. So I just mentioned, through my foundation, I am helping the various students. So already many have become doctors, engineers and all. Now we have my target for 2030 is we wanted to make 100 civil servants. So I think most of you should be known. Highest position in any in the government of India, IAS, IPS officers who are going to take the big positions in the government. So I wanted to help the students with a poor background, 100 civil servants through my foundation. I wanted to get it. Then also sports person we are encouraging. One girl now, she's already playing. And next year I think she's going to be the Indian national team in a cricket. And one boy and girl, their target is 2028 Olympics medal in badminton. So I'm supporting them. Similarly, I too wanted my company should be the great place to work in the country. And also best real estate company in the country. These are the motivating factors which is driving me to work hard. The company, for my 30 years of my journey, it was a simple journey. But once I have decided to grow big, I'm working really hard towards that. So every one of us should have some motivating factor to set while you are setting the goals. Then while doing a lot of exercise in my growth, so in my company, we are following 3 T's formula. That trust, train and track. The trust, first of all, I believe myself that my company is going to be 5,000 crore company by 2030. The trust is very important. Unless I believe, reaching that goal is very, very difficult. So I'm trusting myself that my company is going to be 5,000 crore company by 2030. Then how it is going to become 5,000 crore company, the company which is not even 100 crores company, how it's going to become 5,000 crore company. So I'm training myself in various ways, recruiting the people, going for and pitching for the big projects, then systems, processes, development, lot of hard working is being done to make this company to reach that goal. So that is I'm calling as a training. So I'm training myself to all in various ways. Then the third is track. I'm tracking, when you're doing, trust is there, training is there, but I have to track myself, whether I'm going in the right direction. I set the goal for that so many crores of rupees. This year how much has done, next year how much it is, have I done, have I delivered, have I recruited the right people. Like that various, everything, whatever the decision I'm taking, whatever I'm implementing, whether it's going the right track or not, I have to track. So we are following this 3T formula. And also, it is not only for myself, I'm reflecting this on, I'm implementing on my employees also. Like I trust my employee that he is going to deliver this, whatever assignment is given to him. And also I'm training him to deliver the whatever assignment is given to him by providing all the facilities what he needs. Then third thing, I'm also tracking them. So this is being applied across my company by all the employees. Senior employees are going to trust themselves. Again, they are going to trust this thing. We just started implementing that. It's already giving good results. I think it may help every one of us in the hall. Then I have a 10-point mantra. So which is, if you want to be successful, you should have positive thoughts and positive people. So unless you have positive thoughts in you, it is difficult for you to be successful. So to achieve any goal, first you should have the positive thoughts. Unless you have positive thoughts, it's very difficult. And people around you also should be a positive people. Suppose if you are taking some decision, if it comes out with all negative thoughts, so it is difficult. It won't motivate you to go further. So always you should have the people surrounded by with the positive people. And first of all, you should have positive thoughts. The second thing is make a commitment to yourself to achieve a goal. First of all, you should make a commitment to achieve a goal. Unless you make a commitment to reach the goal, it is difficult. First of all, the commitment is most important. You have to make a commitment to yourself. Then ignoring the important things will lead to urgency. When normally we do, I also do many mistakes. Some important things we ignore and suddenly it becomes urgency. In urgency, always we tend to make mistakes. So if these things are, always important things, always you should prepare well in time, advance and make notes. And in advance, if you prepare, there will not be any urgency. Then greatest coaches are the greatest critics. So unless there is a criticism is there, it is very difficult to grow big. Always if you are thinking good and all, so no criticism is, nothing is there. So unless someone finds the fault in you, so it is difficult for you to grow. And even when you talk about the great players in the world, so their coaches must have taught them like anything. They must have tortured them like anything. So like that, in your company also you should have some critics should be there. Even from as a management, CMD also, I always welcome the criticism from my staff also, senior staff also. Always I reflect myself. So criticism, always I welcome that. So greatest coaches always, criticism is very important. It's a part of our business, it should be there. Every time somebody has to, even you have to apply to your employees and to yourself and all. Then reflection is the process of learning. So, I have a lot of examples in my life. So, whenever there is a failure, I reflect myself, why this is failed, how it has become. So, from that, I'm learning a lot. So, every one of us, every failure, we should reflect. Even, unless you have a reflection, so it will become, when next mistakes, again, it's going to be continued. Once you reflect, so then the same mistake will not happen again. So reflection is the process of learning. Every mistake I learn. I failed many things. In my success journey, I am happy to share that I failed in 10th class. I was a good student, but in between, for some reason I failed in 10th class, by which today I become this. Had I not failed in 10th class, I would definitely not become an entrepreneur here today. My thought process was something different. So, in the business also, one project I failed. Then I learned so many things. So that 5,000 crore turnover, why I'm thinking one big project, I failed to complete. As an entrepreneur, when I started with one engineer, 30 years I never failed. In 30th year, where my company has a CEO, then COO, general manager, project manager, so many people are there, but simplest project we could not complete in time. I failed. Then there's a big reflection. So, this is how we go on learning the things. I have learned many things in my life that way. We need skill and will to succeed. Yes, people have a skill, they doesn't have the will. So success will not be coming that easily. And somebody will have a will and they doesn't have a skill. So both should have. So skill always helps If he has a will, then only he can complete. He has a willing, but he will not be able to complete without skill. So skill and will should be part of our life. Direction is more important than the time. So always you look at the time is most important all. But direction also is very important. Unless you have a proper direction, whatever time is there, it is not easy to, complete whatever you wish. So always directionless things you should not be followed. You should always have a proper direction when you are having some goals in your life. Then practice makes permanent. Normally we use the practice makes perfect, but practice makes permanent. When you continuously doing certain things, good things, when you practice, it has become part of your life. You don't even talk about that. In your organization also, you should have certain practices. It should be continuously, when you practice those things, it becomes permanent, and there's a proper, way of that company. The moment you think about that company, those practices will be seen. So always you should make things continuous practices. It becomes permanent in your company. Then casual attitude always leads to casualty. Certain things we take very lightly, very casual. So those things again leads to casualty. In the construction especially, safety of the structure when you're constructing. So if you are taking certain things like scaffolding, when you're building a tall buildings, if you're taking certain things lightly, then a lot of accident will happen. Many companies, you must have seen, buildings gets collapsed and the people die and all those things. So never ever be as a casual attitude. So that may have a big damage to your company. Then beat your own records and try to be better every day. So every day you have certain goals in your life. Every day try to become something. I'll just give my own examples, how I was so happy when I'm beating my own records. I'm a marathon runner, which, at the age of 57, I started running marathons. So there's a reason for it. But every time I run half marathons, every time my first marathon was 3 hours 7 minutes. Then second marathon was 2 hours 47 minutes 29 seconds. The third marathon was 2 hours 46 minutes. Then fourth half marathon was 2 hours 43 minutes. Every time I beat my records, I feel so happy about it. It's a matter of 1 minute or 2 minutes, but it gives a lot of joy. And it gives more strength to me. The goals can be achieved. So, always set some targets. The moment you achieve those targets, definitely it's going to help you further. So, always, every day you try to learn something, try to beat your own records, whatever, small, big, whatever it may be. So that encourages you to do better things. Then, when talk comes to as a realtor, promises as a realtor. So, these 5 factors I take it as a very important for any realtor. The quality of the product, very important. So everyone, when you talk about investing in the real estate, they come, their lifetime earnings they are putting into the property. So you have to take care of them. You should feel their pain. Then when the product is not given to them, how they feel. So quality of the product is very important. Then comes to delivery, on-time delivery. So whatever you promise, it has to be delivered on time. So while promising, you be careful about it, what you're promising. But once you promise something, try to deliver on time. Then always you should have a best customer relation. So customer relation is very important. I'm proud to say that my company, Google rating, I think many people will look at the ratings and all. We have 4.9 rating, over 700 people rating as given, but I'm very proud to say, we have a 4.9 rating because always we interact with the customer. Whenever there's a problem, we attend them. Problems do arise. In the construction, we don't have a great skilled manpower, especially in India, the technology is not fully utilized yet. So we are facing a lot of challenges with the manpower. So we are not getting the best out of it. So we do face challenges, but whenever there is a problem, we are attending them and we are gaining the confidence in the customers. So building the relationship with the customer is very, very important. Then again, employment. So in our industry is giving lot of employment, huge employment generator. In India, I can say real estate or the construction is the highest employment generator after the agriculture. And even GDP growth also, this is the second largest industry in GDP growth also. So real estate is given a lot of importance. We are giving a lot of employment generation is given. Then economic contributors, that's what I'm talking about, a GDP also. So in India, real estate and construction industry is a big, big thing. So jobs, highest employment generation. During pandemic, we have seen how the workers were traveling from for home places. Lot of issues. That time, everybody realized that how many people are working in construction industry. So we have to focus on these things. So definitely, you'll be getting a better recognition. I can say today, in India especially, I don't know how in the other parts of the country, the real estate industry is not recognized as a very good industry. The realtor is not treated as a first class entrepreneur. Because of various reasons, we have to reflect ourselves also. Because of various challenges industry faces, we don't deliver on time, quality issues, legal issues, lot of things is arising. So as a realtor, we should also reflect ourselves to make this industry into a better recognized industry. Then I think it's a very short thing. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I'm ready to take the questions from you because I will be more happy to be interacting than expressing myself. So any questions, I'm ready to take from you. Thank you.
So when things don't go according to what you planned, how do you set forth measures to correct that? Can you give us some examples?
Yeah. So my own examples. So recently, I have recruited senior employees from a multinational company. Normally, whenever there is civil engineering, civil engineer I'm recruiting, without my interview, various levels of interviews will be there. Without me interviewing, I don't recruit. But a senior engineer who got a lot of experience, the project timelines are we got a project, immediately we have to start. So I gave the liberty to him, recruit the people. So, without me interviewing, so he has recruited. And 3 months, it's been passed. So we are giving the notice for 5 employees whom he has recruited around 25, 30 employees he has recruited, out of which 5 employees we are giving the notice period to them. So we are tracking them, how they are performing and all. So, track metrics will be there because immediately you may not get it, but continuously in the process you will be realizing that. Thank you. Any other questions? Why? Sorry? Yeah. Why you set a vision to financial growth? Yes, it's a great answer for me. So for me, social development is very, that's a heart to me. I wanted to support many people in the education and sports. So today, with the funds, the turnover what I have, I'm able to reach to only few people. So I wanted to grow into multifold to help the society in a better way. So continuously I'm go on adding to the people, supporting the people. So that is the biggest motivating factor for me. So I'm not doing the business to earn the money. I am earning the money out of the business. My goal is not to earn the money. My goal is to complete the projects, earn the money out of the projects, then whatever best I can do through my foundation. That is the biggest motivating factor for me.
Wish you all the best.
If you are not convinced, you can further grill me.
Wishing you all the
the best.
Thank you so much. Yeah, please. Yeah. Plan B at start, yes, we have, but definitely doesn't work every time. Yes, we always, whenever we think, first I started thinking negative of that first. Normally, when I take up the project, whenever I'm going for the business, what are the negative factors? Then I go to, once I decided to take it, I then never look back. I'll just see that it is completed. Whether, I may lose the money in the project, but I'll see that I'll complete the project. Any other? So is it done? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. He has a question. Yeah, sorry.
I'll just keep you there for a second.
Sorry.
When you elaborated on the vision, the company's vision, about the financial vision, and the cause, your cause is a very noble one. I commemorate you for that. I'd like you to expand on, from a leadership standpoint, how do you keep everyone working in the company motivated, aligned on the same vision? Could you expand on that, please?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think it should be useful for many. So my vision is already set. So whenever I recruit the employees, there will be a process. So our HR, human resources team, will explain what exactly the vision of the company, what is the company process. So everything will be explained to them. So that is a set. There will be induction training, it is called. When any employee is inducted in our company, there will be induction training will be there. So that is set by us. So we, as senior team, will sit what is the induction is to be done. So that is already set. And again, I myself try to visit the projects and motivate the team. Every time I remind them. And we have a quarterly meeting wherein all the senior team will come and will review the things and will motivate them, what exactly the vision of the company. So I am open to share that the vision is not yet transmitted in my company to the bottommost, not yet, but we are in the process. Because everybody, they listen, and transferring is not, transferring is not happening in actively. So it's in the process. And even I go to the extent, last week I went to a project, even I spoke to the workers where they are doing the practical working. Rod bender, we call it, shuttering contractor, small labor also, I spoke to them about the vision of the company. So it's in the process of transferring our vision to the lowest employee. Yeah.
I think, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
can I follow up?
Yeah, please.
I think the cause is amazing, and bringing it down, as you said, to the bottom level is very important. I think one way to achieve that is by increasing engagement in the causes that you are providing. From a leadership standpoint as well, I wanted to ask you about, you touched on during your presentation about the vision is a 10-year one. Am I correct?
Yes, 10 years.
So what happens after 10 years? Do you modify the vision so that it is always renewed? Or I just want to know how that part works of it.
Definitely. After, by 2030, my vision is 2030. Definitely on 30th, we are going to have again celebrations, what we had in 30th celebration. In 2030 also we are going to have a celebration. We want to show what we targeted, what we should also show. Then again we'll have one more target. Unless you have some goals, I don't think any organization will grow, this thing. I wanted to, my vision is my company has to live forever. That's what my planning. My succession already, my daughter is there. She's already, is a CEO of the company. And we have the plans. We wanted to, our employees also to be the part of our company, who has to run the company for, continue for several years.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I think I'm done. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our special awards